Test one. Test mic one. Test mic one.
Test mic 2. Testing mic 2. Can you hear me?
Test mic one. Test mic one.
Test mic 2. Test mic 2.
Test mic one. Test mic one.
Test mic 2. Test mic 2.
Player prop. Test mic one. Test mic one.
Test mic 2. Test mic 2. got it.
Good evening and welcome to the Timken Gymnasium, the MAC here in Alliance, Ohio, as we've got some men's basketball here in the OAC between your University of Mountain Union Purple Raiders and the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. Whether you're listening on 91.1 WRMU, tuning in on OAC TV, thank you for tuning in. I'm William Moyer, here with me, Brennan Kearns, BK. BK, this is the one that we look forward to all season, the Mount Union John Carroll game. What are you looking for here today? What are you looking for?
Oh, we had our hands full in the last matchup on the 4th of December. It was a matchup down to the wire, but Mount Union ultimately came out on top by a 9-point margin. And, I think the small things mattered in that game. And what I mean by small things is points off turnovers, points in the paint, second chance points off offensive rebounds. These are the things that ultimately led to Mount Union's win there in the first matchup that they had. But Mount Union ultimately almost 80 points per game, 79.3 points per game with a 7.4 scoring winning margin against the teams they play. And they're going to look to create a lot of turnovers and win the turnover battle in this one. Only 11.8 turnovers on the year so far compared to 13.6 turnovers per game there for John Carroll. So I think it's going to be a battle of who's going to win the turnover battle, but on top of that, the free throw battle. We saw this with Wilmington and Mount Union. Free throws were kind of the name of the game and why that loss came their way. And you talk to anybody who watched that game, I think they would agree with that. In the last matchup against John Carroll, 14 of 22 from the free throw line. Not a solid percentage that you'd want to look for. A little bit more to the 70s, 80s. So something to look for. Another thing, Christian Parker, 5 fouls in that last matchup that they had. Only played 27 minutes, which is not obviously usual for him. And Mount Union had to rely on 34 points coming off the bench in that victory. So here I think it's going to be a tighter matchup than what we saw in University Heights. But
that was still a tight one. Even though we won that 93 to 82, the whole way it felt like a tight one. Yeah,
I said 9 earlier.
Yeah, so looking back in the past, obviously, like we said, they won that first matchup this season, 93-82. That was at John Carroll at University Heights. Farrington and Elijah Farrington and Kevin Moore led the way that game. Each of those guys had 20 points, while Christian Parker, like you mentioned, was in foul trouble, only had 6 points. Hopefully, he can have a better game here tonight, here at home in the MAC. Mountain Union also, last season, we know, they lost all 3 against John Carroll. This season, trying to break that, win both the regular seasons. Mountain Union 6-4 in the last 10 against these guys. So it's pretty tight, but Mountain Union has won more. 19-17 is Mountain Union here at home against John Carroll, so they've won more than they've lost. But John Carroll leads it all time, 42-33.
And we've certainly seen a large dispense of talent, especially between both of these teams. Very even matchups. A lot of guys on John Carroll got some height and length, able to hold Christian Parker. They do a really good job on defense of frustrating him. He got in foul trouble earlier, as we said earlier. However, not super critical, but they don't capitalize on the turnover as much as Mount Union does, especially towards the end of the game. So something to look out for there. And obviously the bench points came off of Kevin Moore, who was not starting at that time. So now starting. I think Mount Union's going to look deep to their bench tonight. We didn't see a lot out of Elijah Farrington in that last matchup. Christian Parker played a lot of minutes towards the last one. So we might see a little bit more of Elijah Farrington, considering how well he did against John Carroll in that last matchup. Not only scoring the ball, but his energy was electric in that last matchup, providing for a lot to go down for that. So, I mean, it's certainly going to be a deep matchup, emotional matchup, and it's going to go down to the wire. That's why free throws are going to matter so much towards the end of this one. And while we talk about it, Mount Union statistically 65% on the year, and that is not a favorable margin for them in terms of free throw percentage. That's not a teams with 65%, 70% lower tend to not do well in the postseason just because of how much that plays a factor late. I mean, when Mount Union went on their national championship run 2 years back, they were a very strong free throw shooting team. Jeffrey Mansfield, I believe, in that semifinals game went 18 for 18 from the free throw line or something like that. It's some ridiculous statistics. So these are the little things that are really going to come down to matter in this game. Mount Union 13 to 25, 52% from the three-point line in that game against John Carroll, 30% three-point shooting team on the year. So they're going to look to have to shoot threes well, too. And like you said, that 11-point margin of victory in University Heights did not tell the tale of in the slightest. I mean, that was a very late margin victory. Happened in the last minute and 25 seconds or so. Mount Union kind of caught an edge, and it just never let it go. So if you didn't watch that matchup,
I think this is going to be a game similar to that one where it's not going to be decided until the last 10 minutes. There's going to be some runs going here. Team could go up 10, but I don't think this game is going to get decided really until we get down to these last 10 minutes of the game, last quarter of the game. Both these teams also coming off of a loss. Like we said, Mount Union took the loss to Wilmington on Saturday. That was after they had won 5 straight games. JCU also lost on Saturday at Marietta after they had won 11 straight. So they were on a really, really hot streak. Lost on Saturday. Both these teams trying to bounce back. Both these teams also trying to fight for first in the OAC. Mount Union currently in first in the OAC, 13-6 overall, 10-2 in conference. John Carroll 14-5 overall, but they're 9-3 in conference, so they're a game behind us. If they win this game, we'll have the season series split. We'll both be tied in first, I believe, and then Heidelberg also would be tied with us at first based on record. I don't know how the tiebreaker for that would go.
Be a Mexican standoff in the OAC.
I don't even know, but yeah. Either way, I got a feeling that this won't be the last time that these two teams play each other this season. Obviously, it could be, and it could be the last time these two teams play each other for a long while because John Carroll is leaving for the NCAC, going to a new conference after this season. So this one means a little bit more, obviously, because this could be the last time these two teams play. Could also play again in the OAC championship like they did last year. Had that insane finish that you got to call, but
we'll be in for one if that's the case as well, because those OAC championship games are no joke.
Yeah,
they come down to the wire, and it's full of energy, so we will be in for one if that happens the way that this season will go. But a lot of basketball left to be played here towards the end of the year, and you got to finish strong. A lot can happen, and especially considering this is the OAC, and some of those middle-of-the-pack teams are not what their records show. And
we saw that on Saturday.
Yeah,
Wilmington,
absolutely.
That was a tough team, and they were
4-14 at the time.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's a lot like the Big Ten in a way. You just never know who can come out and beat who on any given night. You have a bad night from the three-point line, and
that's why I love this conference, though. It's every time it seems like we're in for a good one.
We are blessed to be in this conference. We get some really good games calling these games as broadcasters, so blessed to say the least. I'm excited to see Mike Feline's game plan on defense tonight. Obviously, in the last matchup,
I wanted to ask you about Coach Feline, how he would talk to the guys about this game, kind of what the mentality for the team might be.
It's interesting because when the last matchup happened, obviously Luke Frazier went off 33 points. It was on his home turf, so he was hot game.
He was excellent that game.
Every shot he put up, you're like, oh my goodness. So
making shots from, it seems like he was like sideways.
It didn't matter.
Leaning away.
He was getting every and one. So, that's certainly an interesting thing because there's a lot of guys on John Carroll, much like Mount Union, that can do it. I mean, we saw him hold Chase Toppin to 6 points, and that's a guy that we've seen in the past be able to drop 25 on you pretty easily. And so he was 2 of 7 from the three-point line last game. So, I mean, those were his 6 points. So how does Mount Union look to stop? Are we going to see some traps at the top of the key? Are we going to see some full court presses, try to get them sped up, get them out of their half court offense, which they run really well, by the way. So it's going to be an interesting concept on both coaching standpoints. So Mount Union's a really tough team to defend on the backcourt too, especially, we see how well their bench can come off and ignite a spark and be that electric for this team. So just something that's really interesting to look at is how much both of these teams will compare in the paint. Both these teams really strong scoring inside. The last matchup they had 36 points in the paint for John Carroll. Mount Union, very similar margin. I believe 34 points in the paint for Mount Union in that last one. So just a really close matchup in the paint-wise, and Mount Union kind of won it on the three battle. I don't see that being the case here tonight. I think tonight's one in the paint.
I think Mount's going to have to fight to get some get quality shots up. Going to have to play some really good team basketball offensively because John Carroll, they only allow teams to shoot 39% from the field, under 40%. Like on the season, that's if Mount Union wants to get quality shots up, get good shots up, they're going to have to work for it, play good team ball, and hopefully they can do that tonight. Got to play as a team. No hero ball from anybody here tonight. But I think Fueline's got him fired up for it. He always seems to have the team prepared for these big games. Saw it at John Carroll, where John Carroll currently not ranked in the top 25, but at that point in the season, I believe they were top 10, top 20. They did have Chacon, who was a guy who was supposed to be all-conference, first-team all-conference. Unfortunately, I believe he broke his ankle, something like that, and he's been out for the year. So this is a different John Carroll team than they thought they'd have at the beginning of the year. But this is also a different Mount team than we thought we would have at the beginning of the year. Caleb Larich had that injury, and he's been out. Corey Hudson currently away from the team, and that's two starters there that aren't with the team. So
we've had some illness run through, and we believe that's what happened with Elijah Farrington the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Some sickness running through the team too, and so it is February. You gotta run through those milestones, and sometimes that's the break of March. When you get to March, and that's why it's so hard in these extended periods of time through these seasons. They're long.
Had some guys really step up though. Kazenizer stepped up and been tremendous as a freshman, averaging 9 points and 2.5 assists a game.
Signs of a great program is when you got young depth that can step up in big spots.
Yeah, Kevin Moore as well. He's been playing. He's been on fire really in OAC play. Had some great games. Yeah,
doing amazing things so far. Looking to see that this game.
Yeah. Both these teams getting ready for the national anthem here. Mount Union wearing those white uniforms. John Carroll in those navy blues, and we'll be right back here after a few PSAs after the national anthem. All right, welcome back to 91.1 WRMU and OAC TV, and I'm William Moyer, here with me Brennan Kearns, and we're about to get underway here for this OAC men's basketball matchup between your Purple Raiders and the John Carroll Blue Streaks. This rivalry matchup here, second of the season between these two. The Purple Raiders won the first one, 93-82 at John Carroll. Starters here for tonight, we've got for John Carroll, Will Yontek, Chase Toppin, Luke Frazier, Aiden Fitzgerald, and Henry Rayner for the Blue Streaks. For the Purple Raiders, Chance Kazenheiser, Kevin Moore, Marcus Steele, Elijah Farrington, and Christian Parker. BK, you ready for this one, man?
Oh, I'm ready, and I think tonight's going to be Christian Parker's night. I think he's going to have a little vengeance from that game that happened at University Heights, and he caught a couple quick ones fast, and it didn't really have a chance to ever get going or ever start something in that. So I think look out. It's going to be a battle of the bigs here tonight. Obviously, the Purple Raiders got to maintain Luke Frazier. But I think Will Yontek's going to be in for it tonight between the two, Elijah Farrington and Christian Parker. So I'd look out for those two on the offensive rebounds, the putbacks. There's going to be a lot of physical play here tonight. We'll see if the referees will let them play or if this is going to be a tight called game. It's rivalry, so I'm assuming it'll probably be a tight called game. And, you know, I think we're in for a good one. I think free throws are going to be the critical point of this one. I think if both teams have an even amount of free throws, I think the end of the game will be determined by who shoots that percentage best.
Yep.
So it's certainly going to be a battle down to the wire.
Yes, sir.
And it's never going to be a blowout for the most part.
Oh, no. And I hope it's not, to be honest.
Yeah,
I like a close game here. And rivalry game,
right,
you know, you want it to be close.
You know? Absolutely.
Got a packed MAC here tonight. Got a lot of students here wearing black. It's a blackout game.
Blackout wearing white, you know. Gotta love it. Got to love it.
But Purple Raiders wearing the white. John Carroll wearing those navy blue uniforms with the gold numbers. And here we go, man. Gonna be Christian Parker on the tip-off here. And Christian Parker wins it over Rayner. Marcus Steele gonna try to get this offense started here. Kevin Moore driving, going up with the left. Couldn't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Frazier. Now Toppin inside, and that's 2 for Rayner. Great pass inside there. Makes it 2-0 John Carroll. They'll have the first points of the game. Marcus Steele now, getting the screen. Christian Parker had Elijah Farrington there cutting to the basket after setting the screen, but Christian Parker there maybe a little too excited to get this game underway. That pass a bit too high for Elijah Farrington.
Yeah, it looked like it slipped here coming down, but
had Farrington though. Had Farrington. Hopefully they can keep that going, that ball movement. Frazier, the mid-range pull-up, and that one won't fall. Going to be a offensive foul, loose ball foul on the Blue Streaks.
Oh, and that's where Frazier wants to get to, right there, bottom part of that elbow. And he is lethal from the mid-range and from the three-point line. So Mount Union lucky to get one there as he got to a good one, but they're pressing to start this one.
Kaisenheiser with a nice pass out of the press. Farrington getting it up court, and then kind of got trapped there under the basket, had to make a pass, and stolen by Fitzgerald. Frazier, bounce pass inside, and that's 2 points for Yontek. Makes it 4-0 John Carroll, and one as well. He'll have a free throw to make it an and one.
Yeah, just 2 turnovers to start this one early, and John Carroll, 5 points. Looking to be 5 points here off the turnovers early, and not the start you want at home.
Quick start though. 5-0, 18:57 remaining in this first half.
And a man press here.
We'll see how long the Blue Streaks keep that up in this first half. Kaisenheiser bringing it up for the Purple Raiders. He's defended by Fitzgerald. Now into Parker. Let's see what Parker can do here. Got Yontek on him. Pass that one over to Farrington, and it is stolen away by the Blue Streaks. Pass tipped away. Toppin. Yontek fakes the three, now drives, backing down Farrington, and couldn't make the pass to Fitzgerald. Stolen by Kaisenheiser. Now Kaisenheiser going to rise up for a three. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by the Blue Streaks. Frazier going to bring it up the floor. 18:05 to go in this first half. 5-0 Blue Streaks. Frazier defended by Kevin Moore. Frazier driving, going up with the right. Can't get that one to fall. Loose ball brought in by Rayner for the Blue Streaks. Parker on him. Rayner trying to back down Parker. Loose ball brought back in by the Blue Streaks. 10 on the shot clock. Yontek with a little mid-range one. That won't go. Going to be a loose ball foul on the Purple Raiders, so that'll stay here.
I think that was on, I don't know who they called that on.
The scoreboard says it was on Frazier, but it certainly wasn't because it's John Carroll ball. I believe it was on Kazenheiser. Frazier with it. Gets that one poked away, able to bring it back in though. Now it's with Toppin up top. Defended by Steele. Getting a screen. Yontek trying to go over Parker. Can't get that one. Another offensive rebound by the Blue Streaks. And then the left-handed hook shot there by Rayner makes it 7-0 John Carroll. Long possession there for the Blue Streaks. Able to get their own rebound quite a few times there.
2 offensive rebounds on that.
Marcus Steele getting a screen from Parker. Steele, long 2, mid-range. That one won't fall. Offensive rebound by Farrington. Out to Kevin Moore for 3 and knocks that one down. First points for the Purple Raiders. A 3 by Kevin Moore.
I need to get him going.
He had 20 in the last meeting between these two teams. Let's see if he can get hot again. Christian Parker tips that one away, but Marcus Steele unable to keep it in. Foot was on the line, so it'll be John Carroll ball still. Nice hustle though.
Yeah, almost got a big one here for a quick turnaround for the Purple Raiders, but 1 of 4 here to start.
First substitution of the game for the Blue Streaks. David Gentry coming into the game for Will Yontek. Going to be 18 on the shot clock as they try to inbound this one. Inbound to Rayner. He's defended by Farrington. Rayner backing him down, and that right-handed hook shot able to go. That's 2 buckets from the hook shot there for Rayner. Able to get to his spot on both of those. 9-3 John Carroll here with 16:25 to go in the first half. Marcus Steele trying to make a move, rises up for 3, and that one won't go off the back of the rim. Frazier going to bring it up for the Blue Streaks. Rayner doesn't want the 3, drives, kicks it back out. Gentry fakes the 3 and drives. And Rayner gets the easy 2 there. Timeout Purple Raiders after an 11-3 John Carroll start. 15:59 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Blue Streaks so far, especially on the inside. Rayner got 8 points already for the Blue Streaks. BK, what'd you think of those first 4 minutes?
You know, there's not a lot of things going there for Mount Union in terms of the loose balls. They're just kind of falling straight to them. And, you know, I don't know who got the loose ball on the offensive rebound, but quick 3s flying early, some easy 2 turnovers to start the game and a miss, and just, you know, not a hot start. And 5 of 8 for John Carroll here to start. Haven't taken a single 3. Mount Union 1 of 4 from the 3-point line, 1 of 5 in general. So 1 shot inside the arc to start the game. Probably not the recipe Mount Union is looking for, especially with the firepower of Christian Parker and Elijah Farrington down low. So we'll look to see if Mike Feline's going to speak some wisdom into their ear here early, and we'll see what gets going.
John Carroll been able to really slow this game down so far and use pretty much all their shot clock in each of their possessions. They're taking their time. Mount Union going to want to play their pace, speed this game up.
But very decisive decisions.
Farrington driving from the right side and slams that one home. Oh my goodness.
I think he jumped from the S in the Raiders down there. Oh, sword.
One-handed slam from Farrington. Streaks trying to get one back here. Rayner in the post, working on Farrington, and gets that 2 to drop on the other end. Makes it 13-5. Rayner's got 10 already. Wow. Just 4 minutes of action.
He has got a lot of touch right now underneath the rim, getting to the spots he needs to get to.
They're going to have to start denying him getting the ball in there. Marcus Steele with the ball for the Purple Raiders, getting a screen from Parker. Going to call an offensive foul there, moving screen on Christian Parker. So it'll be John Carroll ball. First foul of the game on Parker.
It looked like he gave him a little shoulder into him, and, you know, both referees called a foul to him on that one.
Going to see some quick Deshaun Vaden action here. Love to see that. Getting the big man involved. Try to stop Rayner.
And both big men for Mount Union already have one, so going to have to dive deep with Vaden. A lot of length on this John Carroll squad between their starters.
Deshaun Vaden, the 6'11 sophomore, in the game now for the Purple Raiders. And he tips that one out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Vaden. Crowd doesn't like that call
no,
there.
They do not.
I think it was the right call though. Vaden had his hand on his back. But
it's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, that's going to be every physical throw down to the post. So it's kind of.
Rayner now gets it into the post. Gentry trying to work on Vaden. Gentry going up and gets the 2 over Deshaun Vaden. Makes it 15-5, 10-point Blue Streak lead. Kevin Moore going to bring it up for the Purple Raiders. He's defended by Frazier. Into the post for Parker. Parker defended by Gentry, spinning on him and putting in the right hand layup. First points of the game for Christian Parker.
And that's what they need to do is keep feeding him inside, get something going.
Rayner with the ball up top. Passes it off to Frazier. Frazier gets that one tipped away. It will stay with the Blue Streaks. Going to have 19 seconds on the shot clock as they'll have to re-inbound the ball.
No pressure, full court from Mount Union. Oh, and never mind.
Marcus Steele staying with Toppin as he crosses midcourt. Now into the corner, Rose driving now. Gentry fakes the mid-range, driving, and able to get the 2. Blue Streaks, hot offensive start so far, 17-7.
7-10 for the Blue Streaks to start this one.
8 of 11 now after that bucket. Marcus Steele, Christian Parker going to rise up for 3 and knocks that one down. Nothing but net. Makes it 17-10. Parker's got 5.
I told you he's going to be ready to go for this one.
If he can knock down that shot all night, they're going to give it to him, and he's going to hopefully be able to keep knocking that one down, because if they come up on him on that one, he's just going to drive. Frazier, the mid-range, rolling around the rim and falling for 2. Luke Frazier getting his first points of the game. Surely those won't be his last. He is a prolific scorer. 19-10, John Carroll. Kaysnizer bringing it up. Gets that one poked out of bounds by Rose, but it'll stay.
Surprised he caught up to Kaysnizer. He was moving down the lane in there. But we'll see a timeout here. And
timeout on the floor.
Not your best start here for Mount Union. 5 turnovers early, and this is not a turnover-happy team in the slightest. Only 11 per game, 11.8 per game, excuse me. Very solid team on the turnover margin, and almost halfway to their average, and not even halfway through this first half yet. So, kind of what's going on here early is the early turnovers, and John Carroll certainly capitalizing on those two. 7 points on the turnover, 3 points for Mount Union on second chance points. So solid factor there is going to be the offensive rebounds, but a little momentum here pick up for Mount Union. Christian Parker getting going there, a little energy. We saw the Elijah Farrington dunk that jumped from Neptune. So
I can't believe that. That was what a play.
There's going to be
that one from like the baseline. It just looked like Michael Jordan there in Space Jam.
I think somebody upset
elevated
before that happened. That was angry. He attacked the rim angry. I'll tell you that. So
that was a nice play.
Certainly gonna be a lot more emotional plays coming down here to finish the game. We've already seen the emotions flying here just in the first 9 minutes of this one.
And this Mount Union team is certainly a team who can go on runs and go on some hot streaks. So I'm sure that this game is far from over.
Mount Union's got to do a better job, I think, of forcing some outside shots.
Certainly, yeah.
John Carroll's 7 of their last 7, and none of those have come from outside of the three-point arc, and 9 of 12, 75%. So
they've been able to get to their spot pretty well.
Absolutely, and certainly hit some tough shots and gotten some lucky offensive rebounds go their way. So
a few substitutions here for the Purple Raiders. Got the freshman Jarrett Taylor coming into the game, along with Jonah McCartney, the senior, checking into the game. Marcus Steele. Now it's with Taylor. Good ball movement here from the Purple Raiders. 14 on the shot clock. Marcus Steele over to McCartney. McCartney looking for Parker in the post. Couldn't get it into him there. 7 on the shot clock now. Marcus Steele trying to make a move, getting into the lane. Marcus Steele getting by his man. Gets that one tipped out of play. It'll stay with the Purple Raiders, but they'll have just 3 seconds on the shot clock. They'll have to get one up quick here.
Yeah, no question. Throw it to Christian Parker. Let him take a 50-50 shot. They're going to double team him probably in the post here.
Marcus Steele out to Kevin Moore for 3. That one won't fall. Rebounded by Parker, going back up, and one for Christian Parker.
God, he does that
Just what they needed.
Catches the rebound one-handed and goes up one-handed with his arm tangled. I don't know how he does it, but
I don't know. Keeping his composure there, that strength to bring the ball in with one hand, put it back up, and the touch to just have that one drop in.
Let it be known, I'm saying this now with 12:42 left on the clock. The way they're guarding him right now, Christian Parker from the free throw line tonight is going to have a huge night. He needs to have a huge night. He's going to be there a lot.
Christian Parker, first free throw of the game, nothing but net. He's got 8 points now, and it's now just down to a 6-point game, 19-13. John Carroll with the lead still. Frazier with it. Jamar Talbot now into the game for the Purple Raiders. He's defending Frazier. Frazier gets a screen from Rayner. Frazier driving, rises up in the mid-range. That one won't fall off the glass. McCartney getting the rebound. Jarrett Taylor bringing it up court. Hands it off for Talbot. Talbot gets it into Parker in the post. He's defended by Gentry. Parker rises up, can't knock that one down. Rebounded by the Blue Streaks. Frazier. Now up top for Gentry. Back with Frazier. Defended tightly by Talbot. Back up top for Gentry. Fakes a three. Now he's going to take the three. And that one is short. Loose ball. Rebounded by the Purple Raiders. And a foul is going to be called there. Going to be the third of the half on John Carroll.
A lot of fight going on in there. And that's the third loose ball foul we've seen just in the first 10 minutes alone. And 9 minutes alone. And so, you know, it's certainly a lot of fight there on the rebounds. Both teams looking here for an angle on offensive rebounds. Second chance points going to be huge down the stretch. So
Kazan are going to bring this one up the floor for the Purple Raiders. Try to cut into this 6-point Blue Streak lead here. McCartney getting a screen from Parker. Back over to Kazenheiser. Kazenheiser driving. Baseline jumper. That one won't go. Rebounded by Jantek. Toppin bringing it up the court for the Blue Streaks. Passes one off to Hunt. Now up top, Jantek. Inside for Gentry. He's defended by Jarrett Taylor. Gentry trying to back down. Jarrett Taylor spins, goes up with that one. It's short, goes back up, and he is fouled. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Gentry. That foul going to be on Jonah McCartney, going to be his first of the game.
Yeah, got his own rebound there just off the front of the rim. And he's going to earn 2 here at the charity stripe.
John Carroll been doing a really good job on the offensive glass, able to get second chances. We're tied it with offensive rebounds, but it feels like it's been all John Carroll on the offensive glass.
I think Mount Unions have come so quick, and John Carroll's have progressed into a second possession more than just a quick tip-back shot. So, I mean, Mount Union winning the second chance points battle 6-2 right now after those 2 free throws, but offensive rebounds are tied at 2.
Nice pass from McCartney there. And Talbot with the and one. Tough bucket there for Talbot, going up strong. Laying that one in, his first points of the game.
And especially climbing back from a deficit. The charity stripe is your friend, and you need to live there, especially in plays like that. Feed from McCartney straight to Talbot, and he just absolutely drills that layup, goes to the line here.
Great pass from McCartney as well. Looking like a veteran there, able to get into the lane, find the angle, get that bounce pass over to Talbot, and then Talbot doing the rest of the work. Makes this 21-16, 5-point game. Crowd now getting into it, chanting for this Purple Raider defense. Toppin getting a screen from Jantek. And Hunt can't get that one to fall. Christian Parker with the rebound. Talbot pushing it up the floor for the Purple Raiders. Now going to slow it down. Get a screen from Parker. Talbot going to rise up for 3 and knocks that one down. 2-point game. What a shot from Talbot. A few feet behind the line, but he knocks it down. No effort. He's got 6 now, and it's a 2-point game with 10:15 to go in the first half. Now this crowd is really getting into it. Christian Parker defending. Loose ball brought in by the Purple Raiders. They can tie this one up here. Kazenheiser spinning around, trying to make a move. Now going to slow it down and get into their half-court offense. 17 on the shot clock, 9:55 to go in this first half. Kazenizer getting the screen. Kazenizer driving and getting the two. We're tied back up at 21 in a John Carroll blue streak timeout with 9:48 to go in this first half. We're tied back up at 21. BK.
If that doesn't show you what this Mount Union squad is all about, I don't know what will. It'll run in the last minute 10, 3 of 3 of their last 3 and forced 4 misses. John Carroll hasn't scored in over 3 minutes and 40 seconds. This is such a Mount Union thing to do. Right? Just such strong
8-0 run in the last minute.
And the spark comes from the bench. Jarrett Taylor, McCartney, Talbert. I mean, we saw McCartney just come up with the steal there after Kazenizer poked it out. Talbert hit the 3. Talbert's been playing some of the most phenomenal defense of the night so far.
Yeah, he's got the Frazier assignment, which
absolutely
is probably the toughest assignment of the night.
No doubt about it. Might
be the toughest assignment in the OAC besides Christian Parker.
And some would argue, when all your energy's back on defense, sometimes it's really hard to retaliate back on offense. But nonetheless, Talbot here, 6 points, 2 of 2, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Christian Parker 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Mount Union ties the game after going down quite a few early, and all the momentum on the purple side.
Crowd getting into it now. Now the Blue Streaks going to bring this ball up the floor. Toppin going to be defended by McCartney. Toppin driving. Stops, takes the mid-range jumper from the elbow. That one won't fall. Offensive rebound by Rayner. Rayner got Taylor on him, and he is fouled by Jarrett Taylor, so he's going to have 2 free throws.
I think that's a tough call. Taylor's kind of buried down deep, both hands up, jumped with them, and caught a foul there on the body. And looks like all of Mount Union here is going to be racked up with 1. We have in the rotation right now, 4 of the players on the floor have 1 except Talbert, who is on the hardest dude to defend. So
Jarrett Taylor is checking out of the game now. Going to have Elijah Farrington checking back in. Rayner knocked down that first free throw. Makes it 22-21.
Farrington also has 1. Keep that in mind. All the bigs here for Mount Union with 1 foul.
Both free throws knocked down by Rayner. Makes it 23-21. 9:26 to go here in this first half. Talbert gonna rise up again for 3. And yes, oh my goodness, that one rolled around for 5 seconds and fallen into the rim. Oh my goodness. Purple Raider lead here, 24-23.
Talk about give me a second.
Wow. And a great defensive effort on the other end by Elijah Farrington on Will Yontek. Gets his own rebound as well. Kazenizer rising up in the mid-range and knocking it down. Nothing but net. 26-23 Purple Raiders. 8:47 to go in this first half. Kazenizer's got 4.
5 of their last 5, and just soaring on offense here after non-existence here to start it.
Yontek gets the 2 on the other end. Silences this Purple Raider crowd here temporarily. Talbert up to 9 points in this one after he knocked down that 3 a moment ago that rolled around the rim. I don't know if I've ever seen a shot roll around the rim for that long.
Especially not from that deep.
And now Kazenizer, that one won't fall. We'll see if it's going to stay with the Purple Raiders, and it will. Ball tipped out of play, I believe, by Rayner, so it'll stay with the Purple Raiders.
This big moment here for Mount Union, a quick second chance point off the fingertips of John Carroll, and they'll capitalize on that by bringing in Kevin Moore. So we'll see here if Mount Union, they're going to get a quick screen roll here from Kazenizer coming up top, and then back to Parker.
Yep, inbound to Parker here at the 3-point line. He's going to rise up for a 3, and that one won't fall. Offensive rebound by Farrington. Farrington going to kick it out. Kevin Moore for 3. That one won't go. Rebound Talbert on the offensive end yet again. Fade away. That one won't go. Blocked by Rayner. Farrington with another offensive rebound there. Now Kevin Moore driving and one! And one for Kevin Moore. 28-25 Purple Raiders.
I tell you, when he came in, I said they were going to capitalize on this second chance, and it didn't look like it, but steal comes up with Elijah Farrington.
Great fight there from the Purple Raiders on the offensive glass.
Shows the tenacity this team has and how well that they can play in these moments. And we'll see which one of my favorite players on this team. And this is going to be a huge moment here. Kevin Moore is going to be locked in here at the free throw line. Mount Union going to start 3 for 3 here on the day.
Kevin Moore with 5 points already could make it 6 with this free throw here with 7:53 to go in the first half. Knocks that one down. 29-25 Purple Raiders now. Dante Collier at that free throw. Checked in for Christian Parker. Collier's first minutes in this game. Fitzgerald now over to Rose for the Blue Streaks. Rayner facing up with Farrington. Going to be a double dribble there on Rayner. Purple Raider ball.
Some would say he's making biscuits with both hands there. It's going to be a turnover. We'll see a lot of offensive threats in here for Mount Union.
Yeah.
Dante Collier, certainly somebody who can get his shot wherever he would please, too. Kevin Moore, Talbert, Kasenheiser. This is a very offensive-minded group on the floor here for the Purple Raiders.
4-point Purple Raider lead currently. Trying to extend that. Elijah Farrington going to take the three, and that one won't fall. Going to be rebounded by Rose for the Blue Streaks. 7:15 to go in the first half. Rose defended tightly by Talbert. Going to be an offensive foul, moving screen on Brandon Rose. Going to be Purple Raider basketball. That's back-to-back turnovers by the Blue Streaks.
And, you know, basketball is a game of runs. And John Carroll got theirs early, and one of their last 7, 3 turnovers in their last 3 possessions. And just how Mount Union does things down the stretch.
Mount Union now trying to get some points on the board. Kasenheiser spins, loses it, brings it back. Now it's with Collier in the corner. Collier trying to make a move, kicks it cross court. Now it's with Talbert. Talbert making a move on Fitzgerald, going to rise up for 3 and can't knock that one down. Really tough shot there. That would have been a really tough shot to make. Now Frazier trying to drive on it. Going to be a foul on the floor there on Kevin Moore. Going to be his first foul. It is going to put the Blue Streaks to the line, though, as it was the 7th foul on the Purple Raiders there in the bonus. And have a timeout on the floor, media timeout.
Yeah, we have
6:38 left in the first half.
We have not seen a lot of fouls in terms of on the shot. We've seen a lot of loose ball fouls, legal screens. That's the second legal screen we've seen. I've seen 3 loose balls, so that's 5 on each alone. A couple and ones on Mount Union's side, a few fouls going to the other side for John Carroll. So as much as it's been a clean game in terms of shooting fouls, it has not been a clean game on the physicality scale in terms of rebounds, loose balls. Very physical, and that's what will ultimately send John Carroll to the line for a 1-and-1 here. With 6:38 left here in this first half. It's been a game, and back and forth as it always is. And just as we said, there are no blowouts in this game.
John Carroll's taken 1 3-pointer so far.
I was going to say something about
not that 13, they've taken 1.
They've got some elite level shooting over
there. I know,
and
but I don't really blame them. They're playing very well inside, getting it to Rayner, and I think Mount Union is doing a really nice job though of containing Frazier. He's only taken 4 shots so far, only made 1 of them. He's 1 for 4.
You know, part
Albert
of defense
and Moore
sometimes
do a great
is making somebody else beat you. You know Luke Frazier can do it, so make somebody else do it. And there's been a lot of defense surrounded by Luke Frazier, not allowing him to get to the points that he wants to get to. Credit to him, he's got to get some good spots, but defense prevails sometimes, and he's got the short end of the stick on some front ends of the rim. And 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, John Carroll, and 4 for 13 for Mount Union.
Yeah.
So an interesting difference in how these two teams are attacking the game so far.
Frazier there missing the first end of the 1-and-1. He's an 80% free throw shooter on the year, but going to go away with nothing there. Now Kevin Moore with it, defended by Fitzgerald. Getting a screen from Collier. Over to Farrington. Kasenheiser was cutting there, couldn't bring that one in. Farrington had him on the cut, but Kasenheiser just, ball slipped away from him there. Going to be John Carroll ball.
And we'll see a little press here to start us, and man, going to try to speed up this John Carroll offense.
Going to be Toppin bringing it up court for the Blue Streaks. Toppin picks up his dribble now, has to look for a pass, gets it over to Gentry. Gentry defended by Farrington. Gentry now backing him down, getting him in the post. Farrington with some great defense there, but an offensive board by the Blue Streaks. Fitzgerald back inside for Gentry. And a charge. Great job there by Kazenheiser.
So glad he was ready for that shoulder. You can tell he set himself perfectly, and that's what you got to do when you're the smaller defender.
Yep.
And you get a mismatch.
Gentry laid the shoulder on him, and great job there by Kazenheiser, just putting his body on the floor.
Took it like a champ, I'll tell you that. Hey, and that's, we talked about momentum plays in an emotional game, and that's certainly one, because that was an easy bucket. And then, we're looking at a 4-point game or 2-point game after that.
Also the 7th foul on the Blue Streak, so Mount Union in the bonus. When it's offensive foul, it's just inbound for us. But Marcus Steele now with Christian Parker, who's back in the game. He checked in for Collier. Kazenheiser, cross court pass into the corner for Moore, who has to make a difficult pass over to Marcus Steele. Now it's in the post with Parker on Yontek. And Parker getting the easy 2. He's got 10 points now, 6-point Purple Raider lead after they were down 10 plus early in this one. Yontek trying to go up with that over 2. Big Purple Raiders can't go up, but he gets his own rebound. Now Frazier. Cross court to Rayner. Rayner going to try to drive here on Parker, and I don't know about that one. That ball, wow. Rolling out of bounds after Rayner lost control of it. They're going to say Christian Parker tipped it away.
Yikes.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Ball inbounded. Christian Parker just steals this one away on the fast break, going at him. And he gets that one blocked by Rayner, but he is fouled, so he's going to go to the line for 2. What a play there by Parker. He's like, that's my ball.
Yeah, he knew that ball was not out on him, and he made sure that everybody else knew it too. And then the freight train down the tracks. Tough guy to have to foul going that quickly, and he's gonna have a big night from the free throw line. I'm manifesting it here tonight.
These teams now both shooting 48% from the field. Christian Parker knocks down that first free throw. Makes it 32-25 here with just under 5 to go in the first half.
Mount Union, it was a 7-0 points off turnover ratio, and they have now tied it at 7.
Second free throw from Parker. Knocks that one down as well. So he's a perfect 3 of 3 so far from the line. 12 points in total.
And actually, correction, they've taken the lead now. 9-7.
9-7.
Points off turnovers.
Love to see that. Love to see that. 33-25. Purple Raiders with 4:45 to go here in the first half. Parker defensively. Going to be a defensive foul there on Parker trying to defend Gentry. It's going to be the second foul on Christian Parker of this half. He's going to check out of the game. Deshaun Vaden going to get back into the game.
Yeah, I thought that he got him a little bit, hooked him on that, and just kind of just an aggressive play by Parker trying to get a steal. He's been hot and coming up with great plays, so can't blame the man there for being a little physical. Just ref caught him on the back end, so he'll probably sit down for the rest of this half here, and we'll let Deshaun Vaden, Elijah Farrington go at it down low.
First free throw from Gentry. Knocks that one down, so he's going to have another. He's got 7 points now. It's really been all Gentry and Rayner so far for the Blue Streaks. Rayner's got 12 and Gentry's got 7, so they've got so far 19 of the Blue Streaks' 26 points.
And still only beating Mount Union by 4 points in the paint so far. Isn't that interesting?
Going to have some free throws here for the Purple Raiders after Gentry missed the free throw and then a loose ball foul as Farrington was bringing in the rebound. He's going to have 1 and 1 here. Going to be the first free throws of the game for Farrington.
He will go to the line here to try to keep Mount Union's perfect track record on the game. 5 of 5 so far here to make it go 7 of 7 here on the front end of a 1 and 1. Got it.
Farrington knocking down the first. Makes it 34-26. Farrington's got 3 now.
Mount Union, great defense here. No field goals allowed in the last 4 minutes, forcing 1 of 9. 5 turnovers in the last 3 minutes and 50 seconds of this one.
Farrington can't get the second one to fall, rolls around the rim, and goes out. 4:35 to go here in this first half. 8-point Purple Raider lead. Frazier driving on Kevin Moore. Frazier trying to go up with that one. Can't fall. Vaden brings in the rebound. Can't keep it though. Now Gentry gonna go up and he can't bring that one home. Farrington finally getting the rebound for the Purple Raiders. Kaisenheiser slowing things down, bringing it up. Kaisenheiser rising up in the mid-range and knocks that one down. He is just so good in the mid-range. Seems like knocks down everything.
He gets it up over top of everybody. Most people you see with a laser beam, he puts a nice little faint touch of arc on it. So perfect.
It's a 10-point Purple Raider lead. Could be 12 here if Kaisenheiser can knock this one down, and he gets the layup. 12-point Purple Raider lead. The largest lead of the game by either team now after that hot start by the Blue Streaks. And it's going to be a timeout by John Carroll.
And if you're John Carroll, you're wondering what happened. 12-1 run in the last 4 minutes. Mount Union, 3 of their last 3. John Carroll, 1 of your last 11. 6 turnovers in the last 5 minutes forced. No turnovers for Mount Union in that time frame, and no field goals for just under 5 minutes. 4 minutes 47 seconds for John Carroll. If that doesn't speak to a Mike Feline game plan, I don't know what does. 0-1 for the Blue Streaks on 3-pointers and held Luke Frazier to 2 points here with 3:48 left in this half. He had 33 in their last matchup if you missed the pregame. So a huge wave of how to win and beat John Carroll is to make somebody else do it and shut down Luke Frazier, and they're doing that a great job here tonight. It just seems like Luke Frazier, he's got some really good shots up and just can't.
Yeah.
Just, no friendly rolls coming for him.
He hasn't really had a shot, though, that he was just straight up and down.
Absolutely
Every
not.
shot he's had to take a bit off balance, and I think Mount Union has done a good job. I mean, that's all you can really do is get a guy off balance, make him a little uncomfortable when he's shooting, and especially in an away gym, that can be tough to get your shots when you're not really comfortable. 3:30 to go here in this first half. Rayner driving on Vaden, spinning, going up, and he is fouled there. Gonna have 2 free throws. 9th foul for the Purple Raiders this half. Both teams with 9 fouls, so next foul for either team is gonna put the other team in the double bonus.
And that's the second big in foul trouble here for Mount Union. Sean Baden with his second. Christian Parker picked up his second. About 4 minutes to play, and Elijah Farrington here still with 1.
Yep. First one knocked down there by Rayner. Back down to a 11-point Purple Raider lead. Rayner's got 13 so far in this one, and he knocks that second one down as well. 10-point game. 3:30 to go in the first half. Marcus Steele going to bring this up for the Purple Raiders. Marcus Steele going to get a screen from Farrington. Steele driving, rising up in the mid-range, and can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Rayner. Frazier bringing it up for the Blue Streaks, defended tightly by Kevin Moore. Frazier trying to get in, passes it over to Rayner, and a block by Deshaun Vaden there, but foul is going to be called. That'll be the 3rd foul on Vaden. It's going to be Jontek going to the line for 2 there.
And Mike Feline can't believe it. And Deshaun Baden's going to pick up his 3rd.
Yeah.
And it fouls in a matter of
tough call to make.
20 seconds.
Looked clean to me, but
it was absolutely clean. I mean, you could see him pin it between the rim and backboard, and there was no body. Deshaun Baden is almost 7 feet tall, and 7 feet in length with that wingspan.
Oh, for sure.
You could clearly see all ball before any kind of body, and just a really tough call on a young man who's, fighting for minutes, and clearly going to get some really quality ones in this one.
Yeah.
Tough one for Deshaun Baden there.
Yeah, Dante Collier checking in for Vaden. Jontek knocks down both free throws, so it's 38-30 now. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Purple Raiders trying to finish it out strong. Marcus Steele going to pass it off to Kaisenheiser. Kaisenheiser going to try to make a move here. Now it's with Collier. Hands it off to Steele. Good ball movement here from the Purple Raiders. Kevin Moore. Collier faking the 3, driving. Fakes that shot, now goes up and knocks it down. Beautiful look there from Dante Collier, and a beautiful move, pumping that one, spinning and going up.
And that's what they get out of him. And when he's getting up shots, they're always great in quality, and he's getting his looks.
Jontek trying to drive here on Collier. Nice defense from Collier, forcing him to pass that back out. Now Rayner trying to work on Farrington, and Rayner able to get the 2. Strong move there from Rayner. Makes it 40-32. Rayner's got 16 in this first half. Kazenheiser into the corner for Collier. Collier feeling hot, gonna take this three. Yeah, knock that one down. 11-point Purple Raider lead now. Collier with 5 straight points for the Purple Raiders.
Huge minutes from him. I'm telling you, every time he steps on the floor, it's a different game offensively.
Collier now trying to defend Jantek. Collier, gonna be a travel there on Jantek. Great team defense by the Purple Raiders. Collier and Kazenheiser trapping him there under the basket, and he shuffles his feet. Purple Raider ball up 11 with 1:45 to go in the first half.
Just critical plays here down the stretch, and we talked how critical Mount Union's bench points were in that last matchup at 14-7.
Long pass from Kazenheiser, but Kevin Moore can't get a good grip on the ball there. It's going to be John Carroll ball. I like the idea from Kazenheiser, though, a full court pass all the way to Kevin Moore, but unfortunately couldn't get it.
I mean, it was certainly there. It was open. He just got moving a little bit too fast.
John Carroll ball now. Frazier bringing it up court. Into the corner for Rayner. Rayner trying to drive here on Collier. Rayner putting one in with the right hand. He is on fire. He still has not missed a shot yet. 7 of 7 from the field. He's got 18 points.
Been a tough guy to stop all night.
1:20 to go in the first half. 9-point Purple Raider lead. Kazenheiser. Now it's with Farrington. Steele defended by Frazier. Farrington within the post, defended by Jantek. Out to Collier. Collier fakes the three. Pumps, now passes it off to Kazenheiser. Shot clock winding down. Purple Raiders couldn't get a shot off there. Rose moving quickly for the Blue Streaks. Can't get that layup to fall. Rayner with the offensive board, and he puts that one back in. Makes it 43-36. 46 seconds to go here. Purple Raiders trying to finish this half off strong. Kazenheiser. 35 seconds to go here in this first half. 19 on the shot clock. Steele off to Collier. Now it's Kevin Moore defended by Frazier. 7 on the shot clock. Kazenheiser rising up for 3 and knocking that one down. Huge shot to bring it back up to a 10-point Purple Raider lead here. Shot clock turned off. 12 seconds to go in the first half. Blue Streaks going to try to be the last ones to strike here in the first half. Frazier. That one's stolen by Collier. Collier can put up a shot here to end the half. And doesn't knock that one down, but it's going to be a 10-point Purple Raider lead as we go into halftime. BK, what did you think of that first half?
Certainly an interesting first half, and not one I got to say that I'm used to. I just watched John Carroll shoot 1-3 all half. Certainly not used to that. They are normally known for striping from deep and having some very strong three-point shooters. Mount Union shooting very well from the free throw line. First of all, I want to go ahead and point that out right now. But shooting well from the three-point line, 6 of 16, and the bench coming alive. And when we knew this game would be physical, there'd be a lot of fouls called. But the bigs for Mount Union struggling right now in foul trouble. So certainly a big aspect. Deshaun Baden stepping in and picking up some big fouls. And he goes down early in foul trouble. Christian Parker we saw. Even Farrington's got one and probably was close to some twos on that other. 10-8 turnover ratio margin. Mount Union is winning. So a very interesting first half, certainly statistically wise. 53% field goal percentage from Mount Union, 48% from John Carroll. But Mount Union won almost every single run that happened in that game in terms of stopping John Carroll and starting their own and producing their own. So a lot to unwind going into this second half, and I think we're in for a really good second half coming in with a 10-point lead. Yeah, John Carroll got off to a quick 17-7 lead. That was their biggest of the game, and that was with 14 minutes left in the first half. And then their last lead of the half was with 9:32 to go. Purple Raiders led for the final 10 minutes of that half, and man, what a great first half. Can't wait for this second half, and we'll be right back in about 5-10 minutes for a great second half of OAC men's basketball.
welcome back as we are about to get underway here for the second half of this exciting OAC men's basketball matchup. Whether you're listening on 91.1, watching on OAC TV, thank you for tuning in. We've had a great one here so far. Purple Raiders currently leading the John Carroll Blue Streaks and men's basketball here, 46-36 at the half. We got about 2 minutes here till we're about to get this second half underway. I'm William Moyer, here with me, BK, Brennan Kearns, and BK, what did you think of that first half? What are you looking for in the second half?
Oh, I'm gonna look to see Mount Union start pressuring this John Carroll offense a little bit more in the full court. They did a fantastic job holding Toppin, holding Frazier to 2 points and no points, which are their top two players arguably. Rayner's 8 for 8 on their squad, but we talked earlier about you gotta make somebody else do it, and they are, but they are very diligently with holding these two guys to a very low number. So I think that's going to be certainly something they're going to try to keep up here coming out of the half. Certainly a big talk in the locker room is how well they're defending Luke Frazier on the left side, not allowing anything off the screens, hedging everything, making him hesitate, and making them throw down to the bigs. That's why we see Raynor at 8 for 8. Frazier's had to give it up a lot. They're coming off the double teams with Barrington coming up off the top. That being said, Mount Union 13-0 in the fast break points. So I think that's why the pressure in the press is going to come on early. I think they're going to try to force a lot of turnovers here and create points there on the back end. They're doing really well finishing at the rim. They got a lot of and ones here so far. So just doing a really good job shooting well from beyond the arc. 86% from the free throw line as well, 38% three-point percentage. They've been shooting the three ball really, really well. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and try to bury one early here, make this a 13-point contest. So just really good bench play in general, and I think this game's really going to come down to who can play well in the fast break and in transition, come off points off turnovers, and I think that will tell the tale here. Mount Union with a 10-point lead. I don't suspect a 10-point lead to remain. I think this is going to be something that goes back and forth, cut to 4, back to 8, up to 12, down to 6. It's just how the games go. But overall, I think if Mount Union can do what they need to do on the back end, hit free throws late in the game, I think that they can keep the point spread that they have right now and win this game by a decent margin.
Yeah, I'd love for the Purple Raiders here to just keep the tempo up, keep playing fast, playing good defense. Obviously, it's tough to keep Frazier contained. He's only had 2 points so far. I don't expect that to stay. I expect him to probably get into double digits because he's just too good of a player to not get his points. So it's going to be a really, really tight second half. We'll see. Certainly how this one ends up.
Certainly put up more than 5 shots in this half. I'll tell you that.
So here we go. Second half now underway. 20 more minutes. Fitzgerald, Yontek in the paint, and offensive foul there. Going to be a charge.
Did that feel like it came late?
It did come late, but I agree with the call.
Oh, absolutely.
Yontek put everything there in his shoulder into Christian Parker, and Christian Parker doing a great job of selling that foul. I mean, just wow.
Not an easy guy to knock over. Yeah. So when that's coming, it's.
But John Carroll there able to get the ball back. Heads up play there. Fitzgerald going to take this 3, and that one won't go. Now the Purple Raiders getting it off the loose ball. Fast break. Kazenizer going up with it. Can't get that one to fall. Loose ball brought in by the Blue Streaks. Frazier didn't know the ball was coming. So now Purple Raiders. Time to slow this one down here. And referee stopping the clock for something. I think there might have been
shot clock.
Yeah, probably. Shot clock error probably. Can't really blame the shot clock guy there if something went wrong. A lot going on. A lot going on in 45 seconds of action. And no points scored either.
Just a hectic way to start. And both teams start with the pressure. And both teams turnover, tip pass, tip rebound, miss fast break opportunity, turnover. And here we are back on the sideline. Yeah. So hopefully a little bit more containment coming here for these 19 minutes to follow.
Purple Raiders going to start off here. 20 on the shot clock now. Steal over to Parker. Now up top, Kazenizer. Kevin Moore. He's defended by Fitzgerald. Back to Kazenizer. Kazenizer trying to drive. Floater. That one won't go. Ball being tipped around, rebounded by the Blue Streaks. Frazier bringing it up. Frazier driving and almost slamming that one home. Couldn't get up far enough and misses the dunk attempt. Now on the other end, Kevin Moore going to take a three and knock it down. Kevin Moore up to 9 points now. It's a 13-point Purple Raider lead, their biggest of the game. Rayner driving, going up with the left hand and getting that one to go.
Keep his hot start going, 9-9.
Rayner had 20 points in the first half, didn't miss a shot, keeping that alive. 11-point Purple Raider lead now, 18 minutes to go in this second half. Here at a packed Timken Gymnasium in Alliance, Ohio. Christian Parker in the post, now facing up. Somehow keeping the ball there after he got it tipped away by Jontek, now trying to back him down, and Parker, going to be a foul on the floor there on Jontek. John Carroll coaching staff not too happy about that one. That's the third foul on Jontek.
I don't know if I agree with it either. I don't know. Both guys were getting really physical.
Yeah, I think they were kind of just both going at it. Wouldn't have called the foul there.
This is kind of one of those, you got to let them battle it out, but Mount Union's certainly been on the bad end of this game too. So
Gentry comes into the game for Jontek. Still Purple Raider ball. Parker hands it off to Kevin Moore, who just knocked down a three. Now it's with Marcus Steele trying to drive on Fitzgerald. Marcus Steele getting into the lane, putting that one up, can't get it. And Farrington can't bring in the offensive rebound. Slipped away from him. It'll be blue streak ball.
Emotions are running high here on every level of both of these organizations.
Toppin bringing it up the floor for the Blue Streaks. Rayner with it up top, hands it off for Frazier. Gentry in the post, and another offensive foul on the Blue Streaks. Gonna say Gentry pushed off of Christian Parker.
See, that I can get behind.
Yeah.
The one before might have been a little iffy. But, refs clearly showing this is, they know how physical this game's going to be, and they got their eyes open. So, a lot of fouls here early.
Third foul on Gentry as well. So, Purple Raiders bigs in a little bit of foul trouble. John Carroll bigs as well in foul trouble. Jontek and Gentry both with 3. Parker's got 2. Farrington only with 1. And Vaden has 3. Frazier trying to go all the way here, putting that one up with the right hand and getting it to fall. And 1.
That's
wow.
That's what Luke Frazier does. Is finish really strong, but that should just be a really impressive finish, and that should be that. But tough bucket there by Frazier, and tough foul against Christian Parker there for the Purple Raiders. And see Collier checking back in for him. Jontek goes with 3, and they're with Christian.
Did they call that on Parker? It says on the board that they called it on Moore. Oh no, they're changing it now. It was on Christian Parker. So that's his 3rd.
There's nothing more he can do.
Yeah. Frazier knocks down that free throw, and he gets his second half scoring going. Already has more in the second half than he did in the first half. Collier bringing it up. Trying to work on Rayner. Now kicks it back out for Kazenheiser. It's up top for Marcus Steele. Defended by Toppin. Marcus Steele over to Collier. 12 on the shot clock here. 16:37 to go in the second half. Collier passes it off. Farrington now trying to drive. Gets that one tipped away. Rayner trying to run the break here. Passes it off for Toppin. Toppin bringing it in. Fitzgerald going to line up a 3, and that one won't fall. Tipped out of bounds by Kevin Moore. It'll remain with the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, hectic basketball going on right now. And a lot of tip balls and loose ball fouls, and it is getting physical here in the MAC.
Rayner. Now over to Gentry at the elbow. Gentry now putting the ball on the floor, giving it back to Rayner. Rayner going to try to work there on Farrington. A beautiful spin move and putting that one in. Wow. Laid on his feet is Rayner.
He's got a hot streak going. 24 points here. Has not missed a shot.
Wow. Marcus Steele bringing it up the floor for the Purple Raiders. Mount Union in need of a bucket here. Up 6. Marcus Steele driving, going up with the right hand. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by the Blue Streaks. Frazier bringing it up. He's going to look to score here. Spinning, rising up in the mid-range, and that one's short. Offensive rebound. Gentry kicks it out. Toppin, corner. Fitzgerald for 3. That one won't go.
so many fouls going on in between the rebounds, both sides, and just really physical.
Steal in the mid-range, kicks out to Kevin Moore. A deep three for Moore. That one won't fall. Rebounded by Frazier. 6-point game here. Purple Raiders leading it. 15-15 to go in the second half. Frazier driving. Frazier going up with the left and getting that one to fall. It's a 4-point game and a Purple Raider timeout.
9-0 run here for the Blue Streaks. Neither team before that bucket that just happened had scored in 3 minutes. Mount Union 0-4 in their last 4. Same with John Carroll up until the last bucket. So, yeah, basketball is a large game of runs. If you can't contain the run or hope to control them, sometimes it's a tough road to victory.
Tough game.
Mount Union here shooting really well from the 3-point line. 7 of 18. John Carroll can't seem to find it from deep. 0-4. Taking already 3 in the second half in the first 5 minutes. Took 1 in the entire second half. So maybe a little change in game plan here for the Blue Streaks, but seem to have a lid on the basket. Some of these easier shots not falling for them.
And as we're in this break, this second half, sponsored by Nest On State, located in the Giant Eagle Plaza at 1816 West State Street in Alliance, Ohio. Nest On State offers unique gifts, stylish home decor, and cards. We thank Nest On State for their support of 91.1 WRMU. 15-10 to go here in the second half. 49-45. Purple Raiders leading it. A tight game. It's going to be tight probably for the last 15 minutes as well.
Oh, absolutely. It is. There's no going away, and these games tend to be like this. You know, the scoring droughts and then the scoring heat.
Both teams have had double-digit leads in this game, but still just a 4-point game right now. Purple Raiders leading it. They called that timeout, and they're going to want to score here, pad out that 4-point lead that they have right now. Rose in the game now for the Blue Streaks. For the Purple Raiders, Jamar Talbert now into the game. Kaisenheiser going to inbound it here. Gets it in for Collier. Collier passes it back right away to Kaisenheiser, who's going to bring it up the floor. It's going to be defended by Rose. Now Kevin Moore. Moore loses it, gets it back. Mid-range, fadeaway. Rolling around and won't fall. Frazier bringing it up. Frazier with 5 points already in the second half. Rises up and knocks down a baseline jumper. He's got 9, and it's a 2-point Purple Raider lead now. Blue Streaks clawing back on an 11-0 run. Kaisenheiser. Off to Collier. Collier going to try to make a move here. Jump from the elbow, won't go. Rebounded by Frazier. They can tie here. Frazier getting a screen from Gentry. Talbert now on Frazier. Frazier wants another screen. Back to Gentry up top, fakes the 3, drives. Farrington tips that pass away. Talbert trying to go the full floor, gets that one blocked by Frazier, but going to stay Purple Raider basketball.
And been some great defense here from John Carroll.
Yeah.
Forcing 7 straight misses out of the Purple Raiders, and they've had to take some tough shots here down the stretch. So going to look to get one here. That's the bad thing that comes with having Christian Parker sitting on the bench with 3 fouls is, you know, your inside presence becomes a lot less threatening.
Yeah, and when Christian Parker is on the floor, it makes it a lot tougher for other guys to score as well. Farrington here trying to get something going. Kicks it out to Collier. Collier driving. Gets that one tipped away by Jantek. Now Frazier going to bring it up. Bounce pass up court to Jantek, and Jantek gets the and one. Ties this game up, and he can take the lead with the free throw.
Just a change of events going on, and when it seemed like neither team could find a rhythm, here come the Blue Streaks.
Yep.
3 of their last 3, 13-0 run. Mount Union hasn't scored here in over 5 minutes.
13:46 to go here in the second half. Tied at 49. Could be 50-49 here if Jantek knocks down this free throw. He does. So it's a Blue Streak lead. Their first lead since 9:32 to go in the first half. Kaisenheiser, though, with the ball for the Purple Raiders, trying to give it right back. Kaisenheiser getting a screen from Farrington. Kaisenheiser rising up, long 2, That one won't go. Offensive rebound by Collier. Staying with the Purple Raiders. Up top, Farrington. Farrington driving. Farrington going up and getting the left-hand layup. 51-50, Purple Raiders now.
Big way to break the streak on an offensive rebound, second chance points. Big
Needed
momentum play and a stop here inbound here for the Purple Raiders.
Needed that one. Toppin going to rise up, take a three, and that one won't fall. Farrington is fouled as he brought in the rebound. That's going to be the fourth foul of the half on the Blue Streaks. Purple Raiders going to inbound it. Second foul on Rose of the game. Streaks going to bring in Fitzgerald and Rayner. They're going to check in for Gentry and Rose. See how the Purple Raiders can handle Rayner, who's got 24 points so far. Full court press from the Blue Streaks. Kazenheiser. Defended by Fitzgerald. Kazenheiser trying to make a move here, getting into the lane, rising up, can't get that one to fall, gets his own offensive rebound. Can't make a pass off the offensive board, and Frazier going to go all the way and get the two, bring it back to a 52-51 Blue Streak lead. This is just going to be back and forth. Talbert. Hands it off for Kevin Moore. Now Collier. Collier going to get a screen here from Farrington. Collier going to rise up for three. Knock that one down. Just what the Purple Raiders needed. A huge 8 points so far from Dante Collier. Gives the Purple Raiders a 2-point lead. Fitzgerald over to Jontek. Now up top, Luke Frazier. Now it's into the post for Rayner. Gets that one tipped away by Collier. Going to stay with the Blue Streaks, but they're going to have to reset offensively. 19 on the shot clock. Marcus Steele in the game.
Yeah, he has had a
14
Collier
on the shot clock, not 19. I apologize.
Dante Collier has had a huge 10 minutes for this Purple Raider team so far tonight.
Been playing great defense and knocking down his shots. Frazier. Rising up mid-range. No, he's going to pass it into Jontek. Jontek going to go up. Can't get that one to fall. Rayner gets the offensive rebound. Going to go back up and get fouled. This is going to be the second foul of the game on Elijah Farrington. Going to be two more free throws for Rayner, who's 4 of 4 so far from the free throw line.
Blue Streaks doing well so far from the charity stripe. 12 of 14 for 86%. That will double Mount Union's free throw attempts in this one. Mount Union 6 of 7 for 86%. If he knocks down both of these, they will be 14 of 16. And kind of goes to show Mount Union taking 19 threes to their 5, and that's kind of why John Carroll has been at the charity stripe much more than Mount Union in this one.
Rayner knocks down both free throws, ties this one up back at 54. 11:30 to go. Marcus Steele bringing it up the floor for the Purple Raiders. Steele over to Collier. Collier feeling hot, going to take another three. That one won't fall. Rebounded by Fitzgerald. Toppin bringing it up. Toppin driving here and getting the easy 2 points. Timeout going to be called by Mike Feuline. A little bit of miscommunication there on the defensive end by the Purple Raiders. John Carroll back with their 2-point lead, 56-54 with 11:06 to go.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Just kind of lost sight of him off a screen, but.
Would you put Parker back in here now if you're Coach Feuline here with 11 minutes to go?
He's not coming out the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I don't care how many fouls he has. He's fouling out. That's just what has to happen, especially when you see a scoring drought like that. He has to be in the game, and you just have to be in his ear as Coach Feuline. Hey, listen, we don't need you to be Hakeem Olajuwon right now. Play solid defense, rebound the ball. Your focus solely is to score points on offense right now. I mean, not that he doesn't need to play defense. Never will that ever come out of my mouth. But he does need to incorporate his energy to be a 75-25 to the offensive end of the floor, because they're in a drought, and that's what he brings to this table. It's a 20-5 run in the last 7 minutes, and Mount Union's 2 of 12 in the last 12 shots. So, I mean, it just goes to show this is who Christian Parker is and what he needs to be for this team, and he's exactly going to do that. So, 2-point game here. You got the rock. This is an important time to sub in Christian Parker. Let him get hot again. He's only got 3. He's got 2 to give up. 11 minutes, easily done. I mean, how many times has he gone an entire half and only had 1 foul? Plenty of times.
And offensively, with Christian Parker in the game, even if he's not getting the ball, he has so much gravity offensively. The defense just has to be aware of him at all times, and that just makes it so much easier for his teammates to get points, and just makes it so much easier for the whole team. So now Christian Parker is going to check back into the game, coming in for Elijah Farrington.
Not to mention on the offensive rebound battle, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Always got to know.
So strong, able to get those offensive boards. Parker going to get the ball right away here. First possession, backing down Yontek. Pass over to Collier. Collier has to kick it out. Talbot going to drive. Talbot going to go up through contact. Can't get that one to fall. Loose ball brought in by the Blue Streaks. But Rayner loses it. Christian Parker can't get his layup to fall, but Talbot putting it back in for him. And ties this game back up at 56. Wow. 10:30 to go.
Needed that bucket there.
Frazier into the post for Rayner. Rayner defended by Collier. Rayner able to get the reverse layup and the easy 2. Wow. 28 points.
That bucket is double the size for him right now.
He still hasn't missed a shot.
Nope.
This is one of the best performances I have
11 of
ever seen from a big man in these games that I've called.
28 points.
Parker trying to fight back, able to get fouled there by Yontek. 4th foul on Yontek. Going to put Christian Parker to the line for 2 free throws. Also the 5th foul of the half for the Blue Streaks with 10 minutes to go. Could be huge if the Purple Raiders are able to get into the bonus. Parker could tie it up here if he knocks down both these free throws. Parker misses the first one. Parker with 12 points so far, leading the Purple Raiders, but it's been a team effort, really. Talbert's got 11, Moore's got 9, Collier's got 8. Kazanizer's got quite a few as well. Parker knocks down the second, so it's 57-58. Toppin going to bring it up for the Blue Streaks. Under 10 minutes to go now in this OAC rivalry matchup. Always a great one. Toppin defended by Talbot. Getting it in here. Rayner defended by Parker. Loses it, but brought back by Fitzgerald. Now Gentry trying to drive on Collier. Collier doing a nice job of giving it back to him. And then Collier tips it away, still with the Blue Streaks. So Frazier going to line up a 3. Offensive rebound by Rayner, going back up, and he misses his first shot of the game. Rebounded by Dante Collier. Great defensive possession there by the Purple Raiders. Wow, great job contesting at the rim without fouling. With less than 10 minutes to go, Rayner with 28 points missed his first shot. That's just an excellent performance from him so far. Parker gets that one to fall, bouncing around the rim and then falling. 15 for Parker.
Talk about touching a friendly roll, my lord.
Just what he does. Here's Toppin. Defended by Talbot. Up top, Rayner. Doesn't want the 3. Trying to drive here on Parker. Rayner gets the 2 on the spin move. What a play.
He's been tough to guard here.
30 points now for Henry Rayner. And is that a 5-second violation or a timeout called by the Purple Raiders?
Timeout called there.
Timeout, Purple Raiders. 59-60. John Carroll leads it with 8:32 to go. In this second half, it's brought to you by Nest On State. Nest On State located in the Giant Eagle Plaza at 1816 West State Street in Alliance. Nest On State offers unique gifts, stylish home decor, and cards. We thank Nest On State for their continued support of 91.1 WRMU. So 8:32 to go, BK. Purple Raiders trailing by 1. Man.
It's certainly going to be a down to the wire here. Most impressive, John Carroll's in this game, winning this game. Haven't hit a single 3 in this entire game. 0-6 from the 3-point line. Mount Union 8 of 20. And both teams here just absolutely battling 23 of 46 for John Carroll Blue Streaks, 22 of 51. Mount Union is currently winning the bench point battle 19-7. Second chance points battle is tied at 10. Points off turnover, John Carroll is now leading that category 16-11, but also weirdly have more turnovers than Mount Union, 14-11. So an interesting statistic Mount Union is going to need to capitalize here for the last 8 minutes of this game is capitalizing on turnovers in those second chance points and winning that battle here.
But so, here we go, 8:32 to go. Purple Raiders going to bring out the same 5 that they had in before. So are the Blue Streaks. Blue Streaks got Rose, Toppin, as well as Frazier, Rayner, and Gentry. Collier bringing it up for the Purple Raiders. He's defended by Rayner. Now it's with Steele. Christian Parker getting in the post, going up, and that one just short. Rebounded by Toppin. Toppin driving, kicks it out. Somehow staying with the Blue Streaks. Frazier, some tight defense there by Collier, now getting it inside to Rayner. Rayner trying to back down Parker. Rayner able to get 2 more. Man, just unstoppable. 32
really
points.
Tough to guard right now. He's telling you the rim is huge.
Man, he's not even putting it against the backboard. I mean, that's just nothing but net there, just laying it in. Here is Parker trying to go back at him. Great defense by Gentry, and Parker can't knock that one down. 59-62. Frazier driving, spinning, going up. Rebounded by Parker. Parker outlet pass up to Talbert. Talbert going at him. Reverse layup. Can't get that one to fall. Blue Streaks now going to slow this one down. 7:10 to go here in the second half. Toppin hands it off for Frazier. Now in the post, Rayner, defended by Collier. Rayner, pass over to Gentry, and Gentry is fouled by Christian Parker as he goes up. That's the 4th foul on Parker with 6:54 to go. 4th foul by the Purple Raiders in this half.
I'd be really surprised if he comes out of this game, actually. I don't know if he should or shouldn't. I think he's playing really well right now and providing a really offensive spark for this team, and who struggled to score late in this one. Struggled to score early and struggled to score late has been the name of this game so far for them. But game very much intact. However, another scoring drought of 2 minutes going on for the Purple Raiders, so in need of a quick bucket here.
Gentry couldn't knock down the first free throw. Misses the second one as well. Rebounded by Kazanizer, who just checked in. Elijah Farrington also checked in just now. They came in for Talbert and Christian Parker. Now Farrington in the post, backing down Gentry, and he is fouled as he goes up. That's going to be 2 free throws for Elijah Farrington. 6:42 to go. Purple Raiders down 3. Farrington can cut into this lead here with these 2 free throws. And going to have a Blue Streak timeout with 6:42 to go.
Pete Moran trying to argue that was a jump ball. He did not foul him on that one, but nonetheless, I didn't quite see that one.
It looked to me like Farrington got his arm hit when he was going up with the ball.
That's what I thought.
So, I don't know. I guess it doesn't even really look like the referees are going to review it. They're just talking as this timeout was called. 6:42 to go, 59-62. The Blue Streaks lead it. 6 fouls so far by the Blue Streaks in this half, 4 by the Purple Raiders. A great game from Rayner. I mean, 32 points. He's only missed 1 shot all game. Just wow.
You know, we talked about how it's got to be somebody else that's going to beat you, and 32 points, 13-14 is certainly how you do that.
Yeah.
So not that this game's over in the slightest, but Rayner's been hard to beat. You put Christian Parker on him, and he's still finding ways to get to the basket, and he's making shots, arm extended, body falling left, right, off the backboard, no need for the backboard. He's just, like I said, I think the rim is double the size tonight for him. Sometimes you have those nights, and it seems like nobody on Mount Union tonight is really having that night for themselves. And, you know, Kaysenheiser was 5 of 13 with 11 points. Not that he's not playing a good game. It's just the buckets have been a tough fall for a lot of these shots, in and out. And I mean, even Talbert's three-pointer rolled around the rim for at least 5 seconds before it went in that first half. So it's just been a tough go-around. We've seen Christian Parker here in foul trouble. He's 5 of 10 having a good game, but, you know, he can't stay off the whistles. So it's going to be a game of the bench points here, I think, late.
Farrington misses that first free throw. Too heavy off the back of the rim. Stay a three-point game for now. Now the second free throw for Farrington. Misses that one as well. It'll stay a three-point game here with just over 6:30 to go. Toppin getting a double screen here from the two bigs. Now hands it off to Gentry. Gentry trying to get it down into the post. Now back up top. Fitzgerald going to line up a three and knock that one down. First made three-pointer of the game for the Blue Streaks after they started off 0 of 6. Kevin Moore. Now Marcus Steele going to bring it up for the Purple Raiders. 6-point Blue Streak lead. Purple Raiders need something here. Marcus Steele. Farrington trying to get it in the post, put himself in a good position, but Steele going to take it in himself. Can't get that one to go. Gets the offensive rebound. Back up top for Collier. Collier going to hand it off to Marcus Steele. 14 on the shot clock. Steele driving. Kicks it out for Kaysenheiser. A long three from Kaysenheiser. That one too short. Rebounded by Frazier. 5:45 to go. Frazier trying to pad out this 6-point Blue Streak lead. 7-0 Blue Streak run here. In these last 3 minutes, Mount Union hasn't scored in 3 minutes. Into the paint here for Rayner. Rayner passes it over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gets the ball tipped away there by Kevin Moore. It'll stay with the Blue Streaks. Going to have a couple substitutions here. Going to have Christian Parker and Jonah McCartney checked into the game for Collier and Marcus Steele. 5:21 to go here in the second half. Christian Parker with 4 fouls. Rayner can't get that one to fall. Great defense by Farrington. McCartney pushing it. Over to Kaysenheiser. Back to Farrington driving. Can't get that one to fall. Farrington getting the offensive rebound. Fighting, going up and one. Tough bucket from Farrington. Somehow able to bring the ball up and gets the and one.
Man, he was fouled 3 times before the shot even went up, and I think shows a lot of toughness on his part, but a great shot there in crunch time, clutch time here for Elijah Farrington. Certainly a bucket that they needed. Just broke the drought of 3 minutes with a 3-point play potential here, and to keep this in a one-score game, more importantly, this is certainly going to be a large free throw. Just missed his last 2. Hopefully dials in here for this 1-and-1.
Yeah, and that foul was also Gentry's 4th. So Gentry going to go to the bench, and they're going to put Jantek, who's also got 4, back into the game for the Blue Streaks. And Elijah Farrington there knocking down the free throw. Makes it 62-65. Just a 3-point Blue Streak lead here. Farrington up to 8 points. Toppin bringing it up the floor. Defended by McCartney. Purple Raider crowd getting into this one. Cross-court pass. Frazier wide open for 3. That one won't fall. It's going to be Purple Raider basketball.
I mean, last dude you leave open from the three-point line. Even
lucky, yeah. Lucky for him to not make that one.
They are 1 of 7 from the arc, but Mount Union catches a break there, leaving one of their top premier shooters open, and they will get the possession back down 3, 4:50 to play.
McCartney gets the inbound to Kaysenheiser. Under 5 to go now. Purple Raiders down 3. Purple Raiders in the bonus here in these last 5 minutes. Kevin Moore gets it to Parker in the paint. Parker with 3 guys on him, gets fouled as he goes up with it. Going to be 2 free throws for Parker. Parker so far 4 of 5 from the free throw line.
And we said he's going to need to have a big game here from the free throw line, and
these are when they matter most.
These are exactly when they matter the most.
Yep. 4:36 to go. That was the 8th foul on the Blue Streaks. Parker's first free throw falls. Wow. Bounced around for a few seconds, but falls to the bottom of the net. He's got 16 now and 2-point Purple Raider deficit.
Tony, the difference in this game might be that Christian Parker made free throws towards here at the end, because I promise you he's going to be conservative on defense here with 4.
Parker knocks them both down. He's 6 of 7 now from the free throw line. 1-point blue streak lead here. 4:30 to go. Frazier. Got Kevin Moore tightly guarding him. Frazier gets the and one. Kevin Moore commits the foul there, and Frazier just so good at moving around, putting the ball up at the right time, finding space, and knocks that one down.
Changes speed really well.
Kind of reminds me of SGA a little bit, the way he can just move around the court, slow down, speed up whenever he wants, and just
a little bit longer than SGA actually.
A little bit, yeah.
In reality, he can. That's what separates him from the rest. Is he can shoot well, moving left and right, and that length allows him to get to his spots and get that point. And just right there, that one head fake got Kevin Moore to move in the one wrong direction that gave him the foul. So
4-point John Carroll lead now here with 4:15 to go. Pass inside for Parker. Parker's fouled as he goes up. Going to be 2 more free throws for Christian Parker. 9th foul on the blue streaks, and second one will put the Purple Raiders in a double bonus.
A lot of frustration ensuing on both sides here.
That was the 5th foul on Gentry. His night is done. Jantek is gonna have to come back in with 4 fouls.
And then, once that happens, it's over in terms of you got nobody left to guard Christian Parker or Elijah Farrington on the back end. Not nobody left, but you're going to have to go deeper into your bench or you split some guys around here in this lineup, which is unfavorable for the Blue Streak. So 4 minutes still left in this game, and, Christian Parker knocking down both of these games, both these free throws. It is very much anybody's basketball game.
John Carroll with a few players in foul trouble. You got Jantek with 4 and then Toppin with 3. For the Purple Raiders, that's really just Christian Parker who's got 4. Parker, his first free throw, nothing but net. He's up to 18 points now, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Now Parker's second free throw, good as well.
Money.
66-68 now. 4:10 to go. Purple Raiders need to stop.
Need to stop indeed. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Kevin Moore trying to play very tight defense here on Frazier. Frazier rise up in the mid-range, blocked by Parker. McCartney up to Parker. Parker gets fouled from behind there by Rayner. That's going to be 2 more free throws for Parker. Parker taking a second to get up here. That was a tough foul.
Elbow
from Rayner.
Back of the head, I think.
Man, he was going up, and then Rayner kind of just shoved him in the back there.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a review here.
Yeah, this is going to get reviewed. Both teams going to their benches. And
flagrant 1 foul. I mean, John Carroll's head coach not happy, but blatant push to the
pushed him in the back. Yeah, that's a dangerous play.
Yeah, especially some of these guys who are more athletic. Christian Parker easily hit his head on the rim. So I mean, it's certainly we laugh, but it's certainly effective.
That could happen. Yeah,
he's
could
moving
happen.
20 miles an hour and hit your forehead on a piece of pure iron is probably
not good. Not good for your head.
So yeah, I hope he's gets evaluated and is deemed okay here.
Yeah.
We need him from the free throw line. He's 8 of 9 right now.
Yeah.
Go to the line here for 2. Make this 10 of 11, and Christian Parker's free throws coming in big here, especially at this point. Tie the ball game at 68 with 3:50 to play. And I don't know who they called that foul on, but
it was on Rayner.
Was it on Rayner?
Yeah, that was his 3rd. And while we have this break here, while the referees are reviewing that, I'd like to remind everybody this half is brought to you by Nest on State. Nest on State, located in the Giant Eagle Plaza at 1816 West State Street in Alliance. Nest on State offers unique gifts, stylish home decor, and cards. And we thank Nest on State for their support of 91.1 WRMU. And that's going to be reviewed and called as just a common foul. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Christian Parker. He could tie it up here if he knocks both these down. Currently 66-68, John Carroll with the lead with 3:54 to go.
refs clearly didn't see anything egregious there.
Yeah, and I think I agree. It was a tough foul from Rayner, but it was
physical game.
Yeah.
You gotta know that and come in. And Christian Parker obviously probably knew that going up for that dunk. So it's never want to see anybody get hurt on that play. But just want player safety to be number one.
Parker knocks down the first free throw and knocks the second down as well. Tied at 68. Christian Parker with 21 points, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. He shoots on the year, I think, only about 55% from the line. So he's having an excellent game from the free throw line. 3:40 to go. Purple Raider crowd getting into this. Wanting to stop here. Rayner in the post, trying to back down Farrington. Rayner going up and getting the right hand hook shot to go. That's just automatic for Rayner. He's got 34.
Can't do anything to defend that.
No.
Fouling him. It's coming from the backside of his head.
Farrington, I mean, contested that as well as he could. It's basically impossible to block a hook shot like that. Farrington was in his grill, did as much as he could there, but Rayner just too good. Farrington passes that one off to McCartney. Now Parker gonna rise up for a three, and that one won't fall. Rebounded by Fitzgerald. Frazier's gonna bring it up the floor. Under 3 minutes to go now. Purple Raiders down 2. Frazier. Back with Frazier now. Defended tightly by Moore. Into the post for Rayner. Rayner trying to keep his game going. Has to pass it out. Nice defense. Frazier spinning, rising up. And that one won't fall. Offensive rebound by Toppin. Cross-court pass to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald into Rayner again. Rayner spinning, going up, and getting the 2 with the foul. And 1.
Who's this on? This is important.
Who is this foul going to be on?
Oh, you call it on.
Going to be on Elijah Farrington. That's going to be his 3rd. Team 6th.
And all the Lions just took a deep breath.
Oh. Yeah, but it's still a 4-point John Carroll lead here. Could be 5 here if Rayner knocks this free throw down. He does, so it's a 5-point John Carroll lead now with 2:23 to go.
Yeah, but imagine the 5-point lead and Christian Parker's out of the game.
Yeah, that would have been it. That would have been a killer. So, yeah. Crowd getting into it. Kasenheiser bringing it up the floor, defended tightly by Fitzgerald. Kasenheiser getting into the post for Parker. Parker getting doubled, falling down. Out to Kasenheiser. Kasenheiser can't get the 3 to fall. Rebounded by Jantek. Frazier going to slow it down. 2 minutes to go now. 5-point John Carroll lead, and a timeout going to be called by the Blue Streaks. They'll have 2 remaining after this one.
I thought Kasenheiser got fouled on the 3 over there. No place to land. Hit on the shot and no call on a pretty blatant foul on a 3-pointer there. Nothing to it, but nonetheless, we'll have a timeout. It'll be John Carroll ball, 5-point lead, minute 57. This game is huge in terms for that number 1 seed here in the OAC. So Mount Union going to look to have a little bit of a comeback here.
And you know what? Either way, whoever wins this game, I don't think this is going to be the last time these 2 teams see each other.
I really doubt it, too.
Because you got the OAC tournament coming up here. It'll be in just a few weeks. These 2 teams currently 1st and 2nd in the OAC. And I have a hard time believing these 2 teams won't face each other back in the OAC tournament.
Yeah,
whether it be in the championship, the semifinal, whatever. I don't think this is going to be the last time we see these teams playing each other.
No, John Carroll and Mount Union are always strong contenders, and so the strong contenders tend to meet at the top, and that's what ends up happening.
And unfortunate they're leaving the conference. What can we do?
Hopefully we'll get some quote non-conference games going after this, because
it would stink to lose this rivalry.
I'll tell you this: as a broadcast, this was my last guaranteed John Carroll Mount Union matchup. I'd like a Mount Union victory, but Lord works in mysterious ways. Never know we get them in the OAC, or weirdly enough, you could end up seeing them in the NCAA tournament as well if both teams.
Happened in football.
Yeah, yes it did. Yes it did. So
1:57 now to go. Rayner going to inbound it for the Blue Streaks. 5-point John Carroll lead. Toppin now with it. Frazier. Fitzgerald. Up top for Frazier. 12 on the shot clock now. Rayner with it in the post. Rayner trying to back down. Rayner, cross-court pass to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now driving. Bounce pass. Yontek going up. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Parker. Minute 30 to go. Parker pushing it himself. Now going to slow it down. Kick it back out to Kazenheiser. Minute 20 to go. Kazenheiser. Over to Kevin Moore. 4-3. Won't fall. Rebounded by Rayner. Frazier bringing it up. Now going to slow it down. Over to Rayner. Minute 5 to go. Toppin. Moving around. Now driving. Toppin. Floater. Gets it to drop. The teardrop floater gives the John Carroll Blue Streaks a 7-point lead here. Under a minute to go now. Kevin Moore. Getting a screen from Parker. Back to Parker. Parker going to take a corner three. And that one rims out. 40 seconds to go now. Frazier is fouled. He's going to have 1 and 1.
And Mount Union just, it's been a really tough stretch for them late. As of right now, they are one of their last 11 with a 3-minute scoring drought. Obviously, some free throws have come from within, but we've kind of seen this from this team. This game is really hot and really cold. Not a lot of warm going on and steady.
Frazier missed that first free throw, so Purple Raiders have a chance to get a bucket here. Kazenheiser, mid-range, gets that one to fall, brings it to a 5-point game. Timeout called by Coach Fuline. This game's certainly not over yet. 5-point game, 31.9 to go.
But the way this game has gone and the way Mount Union can force turnovers,
I don't think this game is over.
This game is certainly not over. I mean, you got 31 seconds. They still have to inbound it. You get a steal, a bucket. It's a 1-point game. I mean, there's so many things that can happen in games. Emotions are flying high. Technicals happen. I mean, there are so many things going on. And quite honestly, the amount of people I'm looking at leaving right now with the 5-point game with 31 seconds left.
I don't know. If you're listening to this game on 91.1, watching it on OAC TV, do not turn this game off. We've got a 5-point game here.
If you know ball,
31.9 to go.
You know ball. You know this game's still intact. And we, as Mount Union, as good as we've seen this defense play and as many times as we've seen this team come up with some miracles to happen down the stretch, a lot of faith running through these Mount Union purple veins. So we will...
Got to have the faith.
We will see here. Well, it's a long timeout break, drawing up something spectacular here for the win. And you're going to have we're probably going to see a diamond press here for Mount Union, what they like to do. We'll have Christian Parker there in the back. Jarrett Taylor, their longest guy, out there at the point. And they're going to try to force turnovers here in the corners right as soon as you cross that timeline being half court. And then anything underneath that free throw line in the corners, you're going to see traps, and you're going to try to get a pass deflection. So watch first pass catcher going to force into the corner for the trap. Tend to beat this with a deep ball. We'll see here how John Carroll goes, but this actually looks like a man press.
Rayner going to inbound it here for the Blue Streaks. Rayner gets it in. Rayner gets it tipped, but it's going to stay Blue Streak.
Oh, they got to review that. Oh, that's going to be a review for sure. There it goes.
Referees give the signal,
but
they're going to review this one.
Did you see the disguise? Mount Union looked like they came out at man, and then as soon as first pass happened, you saw the trap in the corner, went straight back to the outlet. Kevin Moore gets a tip, and we might see a turnover here.
We'll see.
The previous reviews have not done any favors in overturning the calls, good or bad. Yeah. So interesting to say the least here, but this is going to be something huge, biggest call here of the night for the men in stripes. So going to be an interesting one. But
either way, though, it is going to have to, if it is Blue Streak basketball, they're going to have to inbound it again, and they're going to have to beat this Mount Union press again. I don't think even 2 seconds went off the clock. There's still 29.3 to go. So,
and for all, this has overtime written all over it. If Mount Union can get a quick, I wouldn't be upset. Not at all. I don't think anybody in this gym would be either.
Here we go.
And this is going to be a big call here.
See what the referees.
And they're getting a second opinion from the other referee, which, if you're among the Mount Union faithful, is a great sign. Because that means there is some controversy about what actually was called on the floor. We don't know yet. We do not know yet. Call is John Carroll ball for the time being. On the floor is John Carroll ball. Reversal is still under review. Second referee inbound, and we are about to get our call here any second. And John Carroll ball.
Man.
Mount Union faithful not very happy about that.
But hey, still 29.3 to go. John Carroll, Raynor's not going to be able to move now on this inbound. He's going to have to do it stationary there. So it's going to be a little bit tougher to inbound here for the Blue Streaks. Let's see what they can do.
And going to play everything over top. You're going to let him catch it underneath, nothing deep. And we'll see if a foul or a steal comes first.
Raynor to inbound, gets it in for Toppin. Toppin is fouled right away.
Ooh, I don't know.
Going to be 1 and 1 though.
That to me did not look like an intentional foul. He's going all for the ball. We could have got a jump ball going to Mount Union on that, but quick trigger there.
I think McCartney got his hand on the arm of.
Oh, I thought they called that on Kasenheiser, who was coming down. Okay,
that was on McCartney. So Toppin here, 2 free throws, just a 1 and 1 though, and knocks down the first one, makes it a 6-point game.
And Mount Union's going to need a critical miss here to keep this in 2 possessions. 6-point game is what it's at right now. 76-70, big opportunity here from Toppin coming up.
Toppin, the second free throw, and it misses. Purple Raiders going to have to go quick here. 25 on the game clock. Kasenheiser driving. Kasenheiser passes it over to Farrington. Farrington goes up and gets the 2. 4-point game now. Timeout called by Coach Fueline. Last of the game by the Purple Raiders. So 76-72 now with 18.1 to go.
Yeah, I'm not.
You would like to see a 3 there?
I think what I would have wanted to see was a timeout as soon as Mount Union crossed half court after the miss of the second end of a one-on-one. So you got the ball back, 6 seconds. Or sorry, you just crossed the timeline. Now you add about 6 seconds left. We're going to be looking at like 24 seconds left. You call that timeout with. I mean, you got one of the most lethal 3-point shooters in college basketball, Kevin Moore. Draw something up, get a 3-ball, make this a 1-possession game. Don't get me wrong, the 2 was great. I thought Elijah got fouled on that. We should have had an and 1.
Would have loved
But
that.
it's still a 2-possession game no matter which way you look at it. Now, here's where this is big. You get a steal here, a 3 here. It's a 1-point game no matter what. Now you get a foul. Now they can't make it a 2-possession game. So the only way that this benefits Mount Union is if you get a turnover here. You cannot, if you go to the line and send them the line for 2 and they go do the same thing, you're still looking at the same situation, but now you can actually win it with it being a 5-point game. So a lot to think about here if you're Mike Feline. The bucket's still good, so 4-point game, need a steal, have to have a turnover here, cannot foul too quickly, got to try for a steal.
Raynor going to inbound it for the Blue Streaks again.
He can move now after a score.
Raynor looking for the inbound, gets it to Frazier, and Frazier is fouled. Again, it's going to be 1 and 1 here for Luke Frazier.
So I'll tell you why this is big here. They need 1 miss. 1 miss puts this at a 5-point game. The reason that's big is if you can go down and hit a 3, make this a 2-point game. Now you make them to leave a miss open end of another 1 and 1.
Yep.
A lot of hope here going on for the Purple Raiders, but certainly hope is
Gotta keep hope alive. Frazier here. He misses the first free throw. No points here for the Blue Streaks. 4-point game, 13 to go. Kasenheiser. Parker going to take a 3. That won't go. Rebounded by Frazier. 5 to go. He's going to be fouled. And now 3.5 to go. A 4-point game, and yeah, that'll probably do it, BK.
Hey,
a great matchup here at the Timken Gymnasium between these two teams, and the John Carroll Blue Streaks just got hot there at the end, able to make their shots. Purple Raiders, unfortunately, just shots weren't falling there at the end.
Hey, you can't be mad. Put it in the guys' hands who you wanted in, especially they're late to hit a big shot and just didn't fall for them.
Yep.
And it's a battle. It's always a fight. This game is never clean. It's always super emotional.
Never disappoints.
Physical. It never disappoints, that's for sure. And, Mount Union came out on top by by double digits in that first margin of victory, and they'll lose by probably about 5 here in this one, unless prayers hit. Almost was. So they'll lose by 5 here in Alliance as they beat John Carroll back in December in University Heights. And I think Will said it best. This will probably, most likely, high percentage chance not be the last time.
I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. Would love to get a round 3 here after they split the regular season series, definitely.
For my broadcasting career, I hope this is not the last time I see this matchup either. And as John Carroll leaves the OAC after this year. And tough loss there for Purple Raiders. Their second in a row. And hey, you know, this is 2 of the top teams in the OAC. It's always going to be a battle. And, you know, it just came down to the little things in this game. You know, you got to credit John Carroll. They won a really tough game with 1-3 on the board. They 1 of 8 is what
not often
got.
you see a team win a game making 1-3.
Especially in this
but
day and age.
Rainer with one of the best performances I've ever seen from a big man here in the OAC.
37
points.
15 to 17. And
I mean, have you ever sen a guy score 37 points? I don't know if Parker's scored 37 points with how how great he is.
Yeah, what are you going to do, right? I mean, at a point, every shot he was putting up was going in, and you know you can only do so much in spite of fouls and everything else going on. So I think it's just important that you know you take this loss with a grain of salt, you learn from it, you understand where you can get better, and you prosper in the end. On the flip side, and I want to say this with a lot of passion, because Mount Union went 14 to 18 from the free throw line, almost 80% from the free throw. That is a stepping stone in the right direction, and that is something positive we can take away from this game as a whole moving forward.
So, yeah, going to be a 77-72 Blue Streaks win here. So now we're going to have a 3-way tie at the top of the OAC. Unless Heidelberg lost tonight. I don't know who they played, but probably going to be a 3-way tie here at the top of the OAC. I have no idea how the tiebreakers work. We'll see how this all shakes out, but either way, a great game here tonight. And on the other end, an update from the women's side. John Carroll at University Heights able to beat our Purple Raiders 66-60. So another close game over there. Single-digit game. Wow.
Sorry, I distracted you from that one, but that was big news. I just had to show them.
But yeah, I think that'll do it from us here. BK, any final thoughts on this one?
Just got to move forward and look forward to the OAC tournament. Get better.
Yep. So that'll do it from us. Whether you were watching on OAC TV, listening on 91.1, thank you for tuning in.